Welcome back to Bubba's Bottom Line, and this is Todd Bubba Horwitz coming to you from the floor of the CME Group in Chicago. And today what we wanted to talk about is the overall picture of how we look at the overall economy and why it's a falsehood the way that everybody is now describing the overall economy. We're right now into the earnings season, and we're seeing some very dramatic beats. Johnson & Johnson, Goldman Sachs. But what are they beating? They're beating a beaten down expectation to begin with. It's like if I told you that a restaurant was terrible and you went there and you go, oh, it was great, it was good. That's what we're getting. We're getting a beat of very poor and very low expectations. So why do we reward these companies by bidding them up? Why? Because right now in the overall market, there is nothing going on. There is no reason to show fear, because at the end of the day, there is no place to invest your money. If you want to try to create yield, which you are seeing, you're going to have to go into the United States stock market or equity markets. Somewhere in here, you have to invest, because anywhere else in the world, there is no yield. So you have to chase here. So what are you going to do? You're going to chase these companies that give you false hope that their earnings beat. But what are they beating? They're beating, if last quarter they expected $1, now they say, well, we're going to expect a quarter, we beat a quarter. Well, it's easy to beat the quarter, and that is something that you're going to see. And these are always clear signs of a market getting ready to possibly roll over. Now, I'm not going to predict today is the end of this market. I don't know when the end is going to come, but I think what you look at is you look at the volatility, you look at the volume, and what we see here is a lack of volatility, a lack of volume, a lot of greed, a lot of margin money chasing into the market here, a lot of over forgiveness for bad numbers. And again, this will continue until it doesn't. But again, we're going to have another overall earnings season that's going to probably be a net miss. We're going to see that the banks are going to end up in trouble. The insurance companies are going to end up in trouble because they're not getting enough money to return their yield. So overall, we see a market that's right teetering on the edge with a lot of things that can happen. And that's really what we want to watch for. Not much to do here. We want to be neutral and on the sidelines, but looking to pounce when the time is right. That's the way I see it. This is Bubba's Bottom Line. Todd Bubba Horwitz coming to you from the floor of the CME Group in Chicago.